intersection of good drinks, good music, and good times. This is Hops and Spirits Bar Conversations.
Well, just from the conversation before I hit the recording button, I think we're going to have some fun tonight. But before we get into all that, don't forget to follow us on social media at Hops Spirits, all one word, and also join our Facebook group, Bourbon and Country Music, where you get a little extra insight as well. We got two guys that I think you're going to have a blast with. We got Leo Brooks, Andrew Millsap, better known as Neon Union. Welcome in, guys.
What's up? Thanks for having us.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Are you sipping on some bourbon there?
Well, that's always my first question is, this is Bar Conversations. I've got some bourbon. As I was telling Leo beforehand, I always try to come up with something that, is akin to you all. I don't know how well I hit it, but I got some bourbon that was finished in maple stout beer barrels. So,
Okay.
from Town Branch. So it's a little mix. What are you guys drinking
flavor
on tonight?
I'm drinking on some Casamigos Blanco and Agua.
I'm a little Tito's and soda water, man.
I like it. Now,
We're watching our figure, so we're mixing everything with water.
Yeah.
that's what Leo said. He said he's
Yeah.
behaving himself. So,
Yeah.
so maybe a few less beers and a little more of the clear liquors, right?
Exactly.
That's right. I got to limit myself tonight, too, because I got some buddies coming into town this weekend, and I know I'm going to be hitting it hard.
Well, we'll stick to just the conversation then, maybe. But Leo, you mentioned you drinking tequila. You got the Blanco. Do you ever dabble in the Reposados and Añejos or anything else?
Oh, yeah. I like the Añejos and the Reposados, too. There's one that good friend of ours, John Marks, he gave us a bottle. What was the name of that bottle, man? It was really good.
Oh, man.
The one, I don't think you opened yours yet.
No, I haven't. But he gave an entire box. I can't
Yeah.
remember which one you gave me, but I like to collect bottles, man. I like save them. I'm that guy that never opens bottles. I just have like a bunch of unopened stuff that I just keep for a one-day scenario.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Well, that one day scenario is now, right?
It's
when
tomorrow.
better?
Right.
When your boys come in.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I usually, especially on show days, when it comes to drinking, we always have Tito's and Casamigos in our green room. That's on our rider. And we like to joke. Well, it's not really a joke, but tequila gets me a little wild and vodka gets Leo a little wild. But if I drink vodka, I'm chill. And if Leo drinks tequila, he's chill. So we just say, we got our respective drinks, and then if we ever want to have a wild night, we just switch.
Yeah, we switch them.
And I'm guessing you that's all from experience. You've learned along the way when to do that and when not.
Exactly.
Yep.
Now, I enjoyed the video you guys posted a couple days ago on social media, where science is a little crazy when you slow down that beer can opening. How many PBRs did that take?
Dude, believe it or not, I remembered when we did that, we only had one beer, so don't mess this up. We only had one beer at that content day. I think I dug that out of the bottom of my fridge. It was probably left because it was a PBR. Not that I don't like PBR, but that's probably going to be one of the last choices in the drawer.
Well, so is one of the next ones going to be, turning the bottle pop into it? A little. Oh, that wasn't as good. I did a much better one.
We should do that.
Yeah, you did a better one earlier.
I did. It was perfect, and I ruined it. Well, and clearly y'all like to have fun. I mean, how much fun do you have when you're making your videos for social media and hanging out?
Oh, man, we're always cutting up. We've actually, funny enough, we've had to tell the label here recently, we're like, hey, y'all should probably reel us in a little bit. We might need to be a little more serious because we're always goofing off.
Yeah, we goof off way too much. Way too much.
We're really serious most of the time on stage and playing music and stuff, but when it comes to social media, we just see it as like a platform to be comedians for some reason. So we're good. We're having too much fun, man.
Yeah.
Is there any videos that were your favorite that you guys did?
Oh man, honestly, some of my favorite actually are on YouTube where we did
Oh yeah,
Double Wide Castle stuff, Cooper Smith, he helped us out with that. It came out so well, man. Just kind of like seeing some in the studio interviews and us singing and stuff like that. Those are some of our favorites. But
Yeah.
then you got the TikTok where we're always just goofing off. We do the HikTok videos where we're always like coming up with some like stupid redneck idea. One of my favorites was I basically put like a coffee liqueur in my in the water thing of my Keurig and just let it blast through some coffee. Just random stuff.
I mean, that sounds like a pretty good idea to me.
Not a terrible idea, but it didn't work great.
Ah.
Mine was
Did
what was mine? The beer holster.
Oh yeah,
Out
where
of a
you,
belt.
you cut the holes in the koozie and then like
Yeah.
ran the belt through it. So
Yeah.
See, another idea that's pretty solid in my mind.
yeah.
You guys are geniuses.
Hey.
Man.
We're trying.
Yeah. We're far from that, but
Exactly.
we're at the top of the totem pole when it comes to redneck ingenuity.
Well, and that leads me to my next question. Are you all the ones that are coming up with the redneck rich lines, or you got writers or people submitting things on those videos?
Yeah, no, we definitely are coming up with those because sometimes we're sitting there like, all right, give us a minute. We're like,
That's
you might
right.
be redneck rich, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Give me a minute. Let me think of something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank God for edits.
And I truthfully don't even, to be honest with you, I don't even remember what all we've said either.
I know.
Well, and speaking of that song, where did the inspiration behind that one come from?
Oh,
man,
that's one of Andrew's friends.
yeah,
Tell him about the story.
I got a good buddy of mine. Shout out to we call him Zachy. His name's Zach, but we call him Zachy because that's what rednecks do, right? Add your nickname is longer than your regular name, you might be redneck rich. But nah, he used to, man. We'd always be having a good time, out riding on side by sides, 4-wheelers, whatever, fishing, hanging out. And he'd always say, "Man, I don't want to be super rich. I just want to be redneck rich, just to have the stuff I need to have fun." So that's kind of just the inspiration behind it. I brought it in the room, and honestly, when we first started writing it, we were like, "Is this a stupid idea?" And then it came out as a banger, man.
Yeah. We heard it,
Leo,
the week after, and we were like, "Oh, this is this is something now." Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Leo, do you add your little spin to that as well with that song?
With the Redneck Rich?
Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, pretty much that's a mentality, the same mentality I have. Like, just enough money to do what I want, have my little property, my little land. I'm just
Homegrown tomatoes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how did y'all start working together? How did this bond come to be?
Man, through Leo, you can start on your end.
Oh yeah. It's through actually one of the guys was Pitbull. He connected us with another like country guy in the scene here in Nashville, and that guy introduced us to Andrew. And
Yeah, me and Leo basically met through Pitbull, and at the time we were being managed by a guy named Aaron Benward. The whole management thing didn't really work out necessarily, but me and Leo met, and we were like, "Let's do this thing, man!" And kind of during the first little run of it together, we were in the it was kind of, man, it's so old school to think about it. We shook hands for the first time, and then the next morning we were in the studio cutting some songs just to see how it was going to work, and those songs we ended up cutting that day after we met wound up getting us a record deal over at Red Street, and then Jay DeMarcus jumped on board. So I mean, we kind of say we have this opportunity between Jay DeMarcus and Pitbull.
right, yeah. As random as can be. That's it. That's the truth.
And it sounds like the chemistry was pretty instant.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Definitely.
we with the first time we even FaceTime together, we're just like, all right, what's up, man? And then, you until you meet somebody in person, you don't really know. But when we met in person, we went out to remember, Leo, we went to Jonathan's and like
Oh yeah.
we were instantly like sharing food right away. We're like, that's how we
right.
were like, let me get a
That's
bite
right.
of that. Yeah, sure, go ahead. We're like, all right, we're gonna be.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and Pitt will kick me out the band because he was tired of listening to George Jones in the back of the bus. He's like, all right, you need to get out of here now. That's enough.
Yeah.
No, but this is, if it wasn't for Pitt, I wouldn't be here. He encouraged me to be an artist, big time. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, it seems to be working out well, and like you said, Leo, you were with Pitbull. You also did some stuff with Mary J. Blige. Andrew, you were just cutting your teeth songwriting, right, and having fun in Nashville.
Yeah, man, I was in this half cover band in North Carolina.
No, Andrew's one of the best songwriters. He's a great songwriter.
Yeah, man, I
kills
don't know. I grew up trying to write songs since I was little, but I always tell people I honestly thought it was easier to write a song than learn a song. I was too lazy to learn one, so I just get on the guitar and mess around. Yeah, I mean, I came out to Nashville hoping just to get a publishing deal and try to write some songs for other people, and then this whole thing worked out where me and Leo met, and we jumped on board, and grateful for the opportunity. Here we go, rocking and rolling now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And Leo, what was it like, being on tour with Mary J. Blige, right pretty much out of high school, right?
With Mary J., all I did was I played on a couple of her records, but I went on tour with Pitbull and Lauryn Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Lauryn Hill right after high school, yeah. That was, I mean, that was a musical growth for me, being around her. And of course, Pitbull is like the business mind and just party music. Know how to engage with that crowd and, make the crowd have a good time and make them feel good about spending their money on a show. So trying to give them the best show they can have. I learned that a lot being with Pitt, big time. Yes, sir.
Now, where does the name Neon Union come from? You didn't want to go with Leo and Andrew or Brooks and Millsaps?
Right.
Brooks and Saps. We thought about that.
We were there was a bunch of ideas getting thrown around whenever we first started, and I think somebody was like the Union, and then somehow Neon Bros got thrown out, and they were like, hey, what about like Neon Union? Because we're like, it's the bar crowd, the blue collar crowd, the party crowd. We're going to create a union. Like, everybody can join the union. Like, everybody be part of the Neon Union. We always be like, we say, show up, show your true colors, be who you are, and join the Neon Union, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but we did use Neon Bros. That's our LLC.
That's right.
But I don't think if we'd have been Neon Bros, we would have been stuck in the bro country category. And
right.
We don't want to do that. You can't get stuck in any categories anymore, man. Music is genreless now.
Exactly.
And Leo, your background, you grew, obviously you were playing with Pitbull and doing some other fun things. You grew up in Miami. Family's from Honduras, is that right? What impact did that have on you?
That's where my love for country music came from. I'm from my family's from a little island called Roatan, so that island is big on reggae and classic country. So since I was a kid, my dad he grew me up with George Jones, Merle Haggard, all.
And now I know Leo's not lying, because everybody's always like, really, George Jones in Honduras? I just got back from a cruise. We stopped in Roatan. My dad was talking to this girl who was like one of the servers at a bar, and she's like, I love country music. He's like, who's your favorite? She goes, George Jones.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah.
George Jones, for some reason, George Jones is the king on that island. He's the king.
I love it, and it's cool though to see that you had that country background, but also still kind of went into the pop R&B world and hip hop.
Growing up in Miami, yeah, I couldn't get away from it.
And Andrew, you grew up a little different, right? North Carolina, right?
Yeah, North Carolina, man. Like, I grew up basically 10 minutes from Virginia, 10 or 15 minutes from Virginia, right below and northwest, so like kind of an hour east of Boone, so like right in the foothills, right below the mountains.
And he still wear more hood than me. He was a rapper back in the day.
Yeah, there's still some hood out there. Trust me, it's just different kind of hood.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong too, Andrew. You went to Nashville early for school, and then ended up at a few other schools, and finished at North Carolina State.
Yeah, I did 4 colleges in 5 years. I played football for a year at Guilford College, and
Nice.
kind of got injured, and I was like, all right, done with football. So I transferred to Belmont, thinking I would, be in Nashville, start a band, do something like that, write some songs. And then I was like, why am I paying to go to Belmont for a music business degree? That's not going to help me. If I'm going to do music, I'm either going to be a songwriter or an artist. That was my original thought. So I'm like, let me go do a fallback plan just in case. Tried to get into NC State twice and didn't, but I did on the 3rd try after I got my grades up a little bit.
Nice.
And finished up there with a supply chain management degree that I never used.
Hey, one day you will, though.
Yeah, but I am pretty good at reading contracts and stuff.
Oh, yeah, you are. Yeah.
Hey, that comes in handy in the music business, from what I've been told.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Even though I'm
We
good
know.
at reading them too, I didn't read some good enough already. We got it.
We know it way too well.
I was gonna say that's a story for a different day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a story
Now-
for a couple more drinks.
Yeah.
We'll see by the end if we can get that story out of y'all. Then I might not ever be allowed to have you guys back on. So
Right.
maybe not.
Maybe in a couple of years.
Now, did both of you get into music at a pretty young age?
I
Yeah.
did too, yeah.
Yeah, I can remember trying to create songs. My mom laughed one time, and I think she still has it somewhere, but I wrote down "I love to fish" like 6 times on a piece of paper and told my mom I'd written a song, and she was like, "That's pretty good, but you got to do a little better than that." I was probably 6 or 7, something like that. It's like, I don't know why. I just started at a very young age. My mind just ticking all the time. But
Yeah. I started playing guitar like at 4, and then I wrote my first song at 11. Yeah, 11 years old. Yeah.
So
I knew
was,
in elementary that's what I wanted to do.
that was what I was going to ask. I mean, was there any doubt that either of you were going into music somehow, some way?
oh, for me, I was like, I'm gonna do it. I mean, I always like kind of set myself up. I was a realist kind of, and almost too much of a realist, because I guess it just delayed my time, right? All I did was go drink and party and get a 4-year degree for 5 years, but it didn't. I did learn how to play in front of people in college too. That was kind of my weekend job, but I knew from the very start. I had even told my friends, like, and I still mean this to this day, no matter what. But I told my friends, I'm like, hey, I'm retiring at 60 years old because I'll move down to the beach and I'll be the cover band guy 3 days a week now.
There you go. Yes, sir.
Actually,
Oh,
I'm
that's-
guitar, right?
Living. Hey, there you go.
Yep.
Living like Jimmy Buffett, baby.
The old Sam's Club special, y'all. Starcaster.
I love it. And Leo, you play bass, right?
Uh-huh.
You got into that at an early age.
Yeah,
I don't feel like everyone does that.
I got into that like at, I say 15 years old, 15, 16. Yeah.
Any particular reason? Because like I said, I don't feel like that's what everyone goes to right off the bat. I feel like they all want to be the lead guitar sometimes.
Exactly. I was the lead guitarist, and then the bass player left in the band, and they were like, we need somebody to play bass on. And I said, okay, I'll do it. Why
You
not?
know that story again of Neon Union, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
For a little while, me and Leo were both playing guitars up front, and we had a bass player that couldn't make it to like 4 different rehearsals, and Leo's like, I'll just rehearse the band, and then we get there, and he's just like, and I'm like, why do we have a bass player? Leo's like, yeah, you're right, I'm going to start playing bass.
Now, before we got into the rehearsal, he's like, you're going to play bass now for the next 20 years. with the band. You're not going back to guitar.
Well, I love too. I think I read somewhere where, like you guys said, you're a duo, but you don't want one to be out in front of the other. One doing all the singing or one kind of being the lead. You guys both, are equal parts in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Always trading off verses and flipping harmonies and doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, and then one day, we'll both just be running around like crazy with microphones. But right now, we have our respective responsibilities on stage since we can't afford to pay anybody else.
Exactly.
For us.
That's why I have a jacket on right now in my house, because the heater's off. Trying to keep that bill down, baby.
It works. Trust me, it works. We do it here.
I woke
Hence
up
the
with
hoodie.
62 degrees last night in my apartment.
What was it?
62 it got down to.
Oh, wow.
I woke up, I had USDA stamped on my ass.
But that's how you have your apartment anyway.
I know, yeah.
Hey, same here. I'm like, I can put on a hoodie, I can put on a jacket, get under a blanket. I'm good. We keep our house at 62 in the winter. Our bill was not astronomical this past month.
Oh my gosh, mine was. I told my wife.
I swear to you, I have the air conditioning on right now.
No way. Yeah, my wife saw this last bill. I told her, and now she's like, "Okay, leave it off."
Yeah.
I'm like, I told you.
I was gonna say, how did you guys handle the snow in Nashville? Were you out there playing in it, or were you guys staying inside, staying warm?
I did one little day outside with the kids and the dogs playing around, and then I got stuck in the ice one day, and then I crashed both of my cars in my driveway because the ice slid and like the back of the bumpers just hit and cracked both bumpers of my cars. Oh, yeah, horrible.
Dang.
Yeah.
I forgot you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I basically I got out a little bit. I've only got one car that's pretty much capable of driving in the snow right now, and it's not the best ever. So my 94 Buick Roadmaster's not going out in the snow, man. It's rear wheel drive, heavy.
Just be spinning.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I'll be doing nothing but spinning. Now, if you want me to do some spinning, we'll do it. But
now, y'all's latest single is "This Side of Dirt." Can you tell me a little bit about that song, how it came to be?
Yeah, man, that was shout out to Kelly King at the label. She kind of found that song for us. First time me and Leo heard it, we were like, man, that sounds like a perfect song to throw out to radio, and it's a feel-good song. If you were going to spend one last day on earth, spend it with somebody you love, and every day alive is a great day.
That's right. And that line in the beginning, that caught us in the beginning.
Oh yeah,
that hooked me right there. As soon as I heard that, oh, that's different. That's different. We got to go with that one. It felt good.
Well, I was gonna say when you guys are trying to find, because I know you guys you write and do your own stuff, but when it's someone else's song, I'm guessing it still has to feel right for y'all and feel like it's a Neon Union song, right?
Yeah, that was a whole process in itself, man. Like, being a songwriter, it's tough sometimes to, you feel like you're giving up a little piece of creativity to cut another song. I was very hard-headed at first. I had to, open my mind to it. I'd go into meetings with Leo and they'd show us songs nope. And
I gotta be the good guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Me and Leo's good cop, bad cop. Leo's oh, it sounds pretty good. And I'm like, absolutely not. No way. Not happening. No, but I finally, I kind of came around to it, I guess, learning that there's a lot of artists out there still to this day that write songs for other people, and then they still record songs that they didn't write, and it's just kind of the way the business works. The best song wins. If it fits you, it fits you. And, for this first EP and record and the first two singles, we really put a lot of faith in our label. There's a lot of experience there. So we're trusting in them, and then, if it doesn't go well, then we pick all the songs.
That's right. That's right.
Well, and
you get two chances.
And y'all put out a video for it recently as well. How much fun was it to make the video?
Oh, that's always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did that video. We did it in that warehouse, right? The paint.
Yeah, it was like an actual warehouse. Man,
Yeah.
one of the funniest things about that was me and Leo were wearing hard hats and vests, and I don't think anybody else in there had a piece of safety thing on them. Like, they were just
They
whipping
did it.
around forklifts. And a truck driver was backing in, and they were like, "Oh, a truck's here. Let's go get a shot of that. You know, that'll be good in the video." And I don't even know if they put it in the video, but there's an actual truck driver backing in, and I'm guiding him in, and he's actually listening to me, and I'm like, this guy is no clue that we're just shooting a music video right now. But I like guided him all the way to the dock, and he gets out and like tries to hand me the paperwork, and I'm like, I don't work here, man. We're shooting a music video.
I'm guessing he was very confused.
He was so confused.
He was so confused.
So now, is acting in your future too? You know, after doing stuff like that, you guys gonna try acting now?
Hey,
I would
if it
love
comes to that, we'll go for
I've
it.
always
Yeah.
thought so. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, anybody that's looking.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And like you said, you guys released Double Wide Castle Sessions EP last year. Where does the name for that come from?
Oh man, yeah, that was
from from the actual studio, which is called the Castle.
Yeah, but then we were talking about calling it like Castle Sessions, or you know, there was a couple things floating around. We wanted to incorporate, because it was the way we cut it was all 5 songs in one day, pretty much live band style, right? Like, it wasn't a whole lot of, there was no really overdubbing or anything like that. Like, all the band just cut it at one time. And that was, so for it to be called the Castle Sessions was to represent the fact that it wasn't just a polished up studio version. It was a session that we went and did. But we called it Double Wide because me and Leo are both wide, and Double Wide Castle sounds pretty, pretty right up our alley. It's right up our alley.
Redneck Rich.
Right.
Rich, man. Yeah.
And how cool was, or how much fun, and how just, to get that out there. Like, I'm guessing that had to be just so cool and such a relief to put that out there and let people see the work you guys have done.
Exactly. And we can't wait to give them even more music. We got so much more music coming now too. And
yeah,
we're just gonna keep feeding them.
Yeah, and we got to do that whole project too with Dan Huff.
Yes, sir.
Which, golly, couldn't ask for a better producer, right? I mean, we were lucky enough. We met Dan because of Jay at the label. Jay DeMarcus from Rascal Flatts runs the label, and Jay called in a favor from Dan. Hey, I got these guys. I want you to meet with them. And Dan was basically like, whatever you need, Jay, I'll cut a song or two for them. And after we did 2 songs with Dan, he called the label back, said he wanted to be in the Neon Union business, and offered to do an EP for us and do like he even told us we kind of changed the way he thought about recording for that day. It was the most songs he ever cut in one day.
Yeah.
It was like a whole different side of Dan Huff, which is cool.
Yeah. And that's gonna be there forever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty awesome. And you obviously, if you've made it this far in the conversation with us, you can tell these guys like to have a good time. But you also have songs like American Dirt, where you show kind of maybe a softer side of y'all. Where does that come from, and how do you kind of balance that, when you're putting out and picking songs?
Well, yeah, we wrote American Dirt with Bob DePiro and Brandon Hood, and really, like, in the song where it says, this is for middle of nowhere, tall corn grows there, that kind of represents me. And then the first generation, Dreams in the Making, that represents Leo. It's about us, where we both come from, who we both are. And it's funny because we wrote that song and put it out, and it's basically streamed just as good, if not better, than any of our other stuff. And it's a heartfelt song that we feel it relates to us more than anything else probably we've put out. So that's one of our favorites.
Yes, sir.
We're
And I was
actually,
gonna
we
say,
actually just like this is the first time we're gonna even like tease this right now, but
ooh,
we're getting ready to do a little acoustic version of it, possibly with a video, and Leo's gonna be playing upright bass.
Yes, sir.
mm,
And yeah, that's gonna be a
I
good vibe.
love it.
And
Yeah.
I
then
love
our
it.
guitars will play some banjo on there. Banjo and guitar. It's gonna be a vibe.
I love it. I love it. Well, because you guys kind of bring a different sound
Look at
to
that. One of my
everything.
friends. One of my friends just texted me saying, "American Dirt is such a great song." One of
It's
That's
spooky. Spooky. And when you guys are blending your two backgrounds together, at the end of the day, a song is still a story that you're able to tell. But how did you guys kind of find the perfect blend for y'all when it comes to either writing or producing, and kind of just finding your lane?
Well, we'll keep it simple. Pretty much, Andrew comes with a lot of titles and lyrics and stuff, and I'm like the melody guy and arrangement. So when our powers combine, we get a little song going.
Yeah, I'm completely clueless when it comes to producing stuff and computer stuff, but I'm always cranking down lyrics, and Leo's also I'll like forget the melody halfway through writing a song sometimes, and Leo's like, got it. I mean, we're not gonna miss it, man. It's right there. And then we're lucky too to just really both of us are so kind of humble and open to anything that we've never had to argue or talk about anything. It's like, I'll sing this part. I'll sing this part. All right, cool. Well, I was thinking I might want to sing that part. All right, you sing that part. I mean, it's just like we never even have to think about it, really. Yeah. It's almost like as we're writing it or creating it or hear it, we know, oh, you're going to sing that, and I'm going to sing that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I said, the music has been great so far, and like you said, more new music coming. Is that what we're getting in 2024?
It's only going to get better. It's only going to get better, baby.
It's coming. We've got another half of the record, full-length record, was done by Dan Huff, and the other half Jay DeMarcus and me and Leo co-produced. And then we've got one track on there that Brandon Hood's producing. Lots of songs coming, man, and I think I don't want to jump the gun, but I think within the next month or two we're going to be releasing one of the songs and starting to get the album coming.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have a name for it yet, but
it'll come.
Well, it'll come.
I have a feeling you'll think of something. You guys are a little too clever to not come up with something that fits.
It'll come. No.
Yeah. We'll write that song tomorrow, and that'll be the title. Yep.
Or if you're going past experiences, you read the fine print better, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yep. Always
true.
Read the fine print.
Yeah.
Now
Always.
is it true to, obviously Leo, with your connections to Pitbull, I think I read this too, where you guys had done some stuff with him, and even one of you got to do the typical intro. Is that ever going to see the day?
Yes.
It's coming. Yeah, we got the track with Pitbull coming.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just gonna be Pitbull, Neon Union featuring Pitbull.
Yep. Or it might be Pitbull featuring Neon Union. We don't really know.
Exactly.
Who's putting it out
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
But the song is there.
The song is there.
Now, who did he get to say Mr. 305, or did one of you say Mr. 305?
Well, and I had to correct myself because I got so excited and old school Pitbull. I said Mr. 305, and then they made me change it to Mr. Worldwide because he's Mr. Worldwide now, man. Yeah, which he is. Yeah. But yeah, I was like, a country boy from Surrey County getting to say, "Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Worldwide." I mean, that's pretty cool.
I love it.
Sir.
I love it. Now, I always like to ask this question to everyone because it's always interesting to see where they go, whether it's their song or maybe someone else's song. What's one of your favorite songs to perform live?
I'll let you go first, Leo.
Redneck Rich is one of them.
Yeah, Redneck Rich and All Right Where She Left Me.
Oh, yeah.
It's not out yet, but...
that one's coming out soon, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like playing American Dirt too.
Oh, and American Dirt, yeah.
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 So, are you just gonna say every one of your songs now? Is that where we're
Pretty
headed?
much. You know what? This side of the dirt. You know, about that time.
Yeah, you're not going to get many cover songs at a Neon Union show. You might get 3 on a good day.
Right. Yeah.
Well, what is a Neon Union show like with you two?
Oh man, high energy.
High energy. Yeah.
I had to start working out, dude. I run out of breath. Too much moving. Too much spinning around.
Right. Yeah, we try to keep that crowd up, and then every now and then we give them a little break with some heartfelt stuff.
Yeah, right now I got 15 foot of cable to get around with, but soon we'll be wireless.
which you constantly unplug.
Yeah, I do.
Running around.
Well, I was about ready to ask: does he unplug or does he fall down?
A little bit of both.
I almost fell down once. I did not fall, but I almost fell down once. And I hit my head on a big screen monitor one time. And yeah, I did one show. I told Leo, I was like, we got a big stage, man. I'm excited to move around. He's like, hey, don't forget, you only got 15 feet of cable. So we cranked out into the first song. It wasn't even 3 seconds in. I'd already jerked that cable all
Leo, have you just gotten to the point where you like tape down like the box, the radius that he's allowed to be in?
That's what I need to start doing, actually.
Do not go any further than this.
Yeah.
At one point in time, man, we had a guitarist, killer guy, John Jimerson. He's playing with Larry Fleet now, slide guitar and steel and everything. And he had a wireless pack, and me and Leo didn't know. And you remember Leo? He went for a solo, and he runs out on the catwalk, and then me and Leo look at each other like, we want to do that too, but we're tied in, man. We can't go anywhere.
He was going in.
Yeah.
He knew what he could do.
Yeah. We're like, we want to get out there, but we can't go anywhere.
I was gonna say, are you nervous though if you go, wireless, that you're just gonna be anywhere and everywhere?
Oh man, I don't know. I think one thing I will have to practice is getting back to the microphone on time because I won't know how far I can go.
So we're definitely not gonna wear those headpieces.
Yeah.
Definitely not doing that.
Be like the boy bands of yesteryear and just break out some dance moves.
Like Jay.
Like Jay DeMarcus.
He had that microphone like that. So did Garth. Or like Garth, man. The Garth mic.
Oh
man.
I thought when you said headpiece, Leo, I thought you meant like servers at a restaurant, so you could go like, Andrew, get back to the microphone.
Oh man.
Leo's gonna have a bouncer on stage to just kind of push you back where you need to go.
Yeah.
For sure.
Now, anything else folks can expect from you in 2024? Obviously, we've teased you got some music for sure coming, a lot of good stuff. But I'm guessing maybe some tour dates, getting to play, things like that.
We got a few dates there. We have a few festivals to do too, and they're gonna start putting it up on the website soon.
Yeah,
we're slowly getting everything together now.
We always say just find a show and come check us out, man. Like, I don't know, there's a lot of influence from social media and things like that, but there's also a lot of smoke and mirrors with social media, and we goof off a lot and stuff, and we always say, hey, come to a show and, take the music seriously. That's what we want people to really do. We like to have a good time and goof off, but we're really serious about our songs and our shows, and we're going to put on a show every time and have a good time.
That's right.
So,
yes, sir.
Well, and I was going to say, clearly, like you said, there's not going to be a bunch of covers. It's going to be Neon Union songs. And also, when you're out playing, like you touched on it, one of your favorite songs is one that hasn't been put out. How fun is it to kind of play those songs, kind of get some feedback or just see how the audience is reacting?
Oh, yeah, man. Like, we deal with a lot of people not really knowing who we are when we come on stage right now. We're at that stage in our career where some fans show up for us, and then there's fans there to see somebody maybe that we're opening for, and they're getting their first introduction to Neon Union. So we give them everything we've got, and we like to show them who we are. And a lot of times, you know, throwing a bunch of cover songs in there kind of just drowns it out to where people just hear the same old stuff. And so getting to play new music for people that is not out yet is awesome too, because you're literally running your own test right there.
Exactly. You get the truth right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go back. We'll go back after playing a song like that song just didn't really resonate well. You know, after 4 or 5 shows, and we'll take it out of the set list, and then one song we might be like, that song right there that's going to be a good one. I mean, we've decided on songs that are going to be on the album or not on the album based off playing them live. So
Yep.
I was gonna say it's a special experience, right?
Yep.
Sir.
And you know, when it comes to all of this, you know, when people do get to see it, is there a certain song that you like to either kick it off with or finish off every night that's just kind of fitting to give them that Neon Union experience?
Well, we always end with About Damn Time.
Yeah.
We like to. It's rowdy, so we like to.
We like to start rowdy and rowdy.
Yeah, we start rowdy and end rowdy. We give them a little break during the middle.
Yeah.
But we want to leave them with a, holy crap, did those guys just rock out that hard taste in their mouth whenever we finish?
Yes, sir.
I usually break a stick on the last song. Or string or something. I always break strings.
Almost every show.
You got to calm yourself, Andrew. You got to calm yourself.
I don't think I actually know how to play the guitar correctly. I think that's.
Oh man.
Andrew, Leo, this has been a blast. And folks, if you haven't, I highly recommend Neon Union, because I kid you not, when they were like, hey, what about these two guys? I was like, yes, please, because I've listened to y'all for a good while, and I love what you guys are doing. So, cheers.
Cheers, man. Hey, thanks for having us.
Yeah. We appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to get my last sip.
Find more from Hops and Spirits at hopspirits.com.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.